And they are throwing some haymakers. Some of those are landing from Cummings. Joe does not appear to be particularly effective at this point. Pushing each other around the ring. No stylist, certainly Jumbo Cummings. There went a first Frazier left hook of the night, but it missed and didn't have much on it. Certainly it didn't look like Joe Frazier's left hook. Certainly Cummings getting the better of it in the clinches, landing some good solid shots to the ribs, and almost any punch from a man of Cummings' size is a solid shot. An exchange of jabs and a right uppercut from Cummings, who certainly is getting the better of it at this stage of the game. Joe's not been able to unland a punch yet that would be considered particularly effective. Already Joe Frazier taking some leather, thinking perhaps of the last time out. The Nassau Coliseum 5.5 years ago, when 5 rounds of punching did him in for what many thought would be the last time. And another clinch, the first of, or rather about the 12th of what will be several hundred perhaps in this fight. The Frazier left hook lashes out, and Cummings mugs at it. It missed. Joe hasn't landed a punch yet that could be considered substantial. Cummings driving Frazier into the ropes. And Frazier is taking some shots, a lot of those landing on elbows. 30 seconds left in round 1. Cummings has seemed to follow the approach that if you throw 100 shots, you'll land 50. And he must be approaching that ratio so far. Cummings mugging. Again, Frazier launches the left. And again, it does nothing, looping around Cummings. The size difference obvious. Joe very stocky, perhaps even stockier than he used to be. There's the bell, ending round number 1. 1 round of competition back for Joe Frazier, who hadn't seen it for 5.5 years. Jumbo Cummings, if you don't know his history, began at the age of 16. He drove a getaway car in a store robbery. It turned out that the store owner was shot and killed. Jumbo Cummings spent 12 years in prison. The first 6 of those, he was a chronic troublemaker. The last 6 at the Stateville prison in Joliet, Illinois, they introduced something new, a boxing program. And the boss of the barn, as Cummings called himself, quickly took on this. As he put it, it was very natural for him. It's just street fighting, cleaned up a bit. Jumbo Cummings went on to the pro ranks and now sports a record of 17-1. And 1 loss coming at the hands of Ronaldo Snipes, a fight that made Jumbo Cummings look perhaps as clumsy as he really is against a class boxer. Ronaldo Snipes, of course, went on to challenge Larry Holmes for the title and almost won it. Round 2 underway. Frazier charges out of the ring and throws 2 quick left hooks, neither one of which hits. Cummings answers up. Another left hook. Joe certainly is smoking, but he's not hitting. Again, in close, it's all Cummings. There haven't been that many long-range punches. A few jabs, such as you just saw, but they're feelers. Neither one of these fighters lives or dies with a jab. They're both setting up for the big one. Cummings, we know, has one. He's got 12 knockouts in those 17 wins. Joe Frazier once did. Shots to the body, and a body which, frankly, from this vantage point, looks a little bit soft. Joe Frazier does not look in the shape that he once was. A little touch of fat, certainly not the impressive physique of Jumbo Cummings, and he's been taking shots to the chin, the ribs, and the stomach, particularly in close. Neither fighter able to open up. Certainly the old Joe Frazier attack, attack, attack is not particularly in evidence. He used to chase men around the ring. He's had no better than perhaps the half of it in this fight as far as aggression. There went the big left hook. Cummings mugs because once again it hit nothing but air. A right uppercut. Joe landed the first real punch of the fight that he's landed, a right uppercut. Ironically, the same punch that did him in when George Foreman fought him the first time, and Joe was never noted for that right hand. Maybe he's learned something in 5.5 years of sparring with Son Marvis. Frazier coming on a bit in round 2 now, landing the first real punches of the fight, but getting a few back in return there.